Hi, welcome all of you once again. So today we are beginning with the new series in case of the machine and deep learning. So in this series we'll try to cover the basics of what exactly the machine learning, deep learning with some practical example, and all the contents related with the deep learning and machine learning we'll try to cover in this whole series. Okay. So today, our first part of this series is why machine and deep learning is becoming so popular. So, all of you must have heard about the nowadays these words machine and deep learning are everywhere. We can hear about these words. Okay, so these are the most booming words in today's what you can say in the environment or the market. So, also in the IT industry also. Uh, Related with the artificial intelligence, the most of the companies are now you know uh, they are recruiting the employees who are having the knowledge of this machine and deep learning with the practical scenarios. So today we'll start with this series, and the first part of our series, why machine and deep learning is becoming so popular. Okay. So I will try to explain some of the parts in Hindi language also, as per the some of the viewers have requested to explain the some of the main important parts of my contents in the Hindi. Okay, so I will try to explain some of the parts in Hindi also. So before we start with why machine and deep learning is becoming so popular, we'll have to understand what exactly is the machine learning. Okay. सो जैसे कि मैंने कहा कि हमने अभी ये जो सीरीज़ स्टार्ट की है जो डीप लर्निंग के रिलेटेड है, ठीक है। तो इस सीरीज़ में हम पूरा पार्ट कवर करेंगे मशीन लर्निंग और डीप लर्निंग का इन डिटेल्स। ओके, सो इफ़ यू सी, so you can read the slides also for the better understanding. So as all of you are aware of the word, like the neural network concept, so these neural network concepts are there from number of many years. Okay, but so why is it in the last few years this machine learning and deep learning becoming popular? Okay, is why it is being getting uh, picking up in the market. Okay, why it has become so popular? So neural networks generally based on the machine and deep learning. Okay, so the way our neural nervous system works, the way our brain works, the same system is being made with the help of machine and deep learning. Okay, with the help of different kind of algorithms and technology. So that part in details we'll cover in the next few lectures. So as I said कि ये जो न्यूरल नेटवर्क कंसेप्ट है बहुत सालों से है मार्केट में, लेकिन अभी इसी जस्ट फ्रॉम द लास्ट 4-5 years why it is becoming so popular. Okay, so though before we understand why it has become so popular, first we'll understand what exactly is the you know uh, machine learning or deep learning. So first I will explain in the English and then I will explain the same part in the Hindi also. So before we understand what exactly is the machine learning, deep learning, we have to understand what exactly is the human learning. Okay. So as I mentioned, human learning is a process by which people acquire knowledge, skills, and understanding through the experience, education, and practice. Okay. So how the human learns through the by reading some different books, newspaper, magazines. Okay, understanding through the his own experience. Okay, understanding from his teachers, doing the practice. There are the different ways the using which human learns. Okay, so human learns in the various ways, as I mentioned here, like through the direct experiences or by interacting with the social interaction or taking the feedback from different persons. So there are multiple ways using which human learns. Okay. Now question comes the how the machine will learn, because machine is not a natural thing. It's a non-natural things. Okay. So like the human beings are the natural, they have the natural brain and all these things, so they can learn easily, but machine is the non-natural things. Okay, so how the machine learns? So machine learning basically is the part of the artificial intelligence. Okay, so artificial intelligence, already I have my series on the artificial intelligence, so you can watch the video related to the artificial intelligence. Okay, so artificial intelligence become possible only because of the uh, this particular all these things, you know, machine learning, deep learning, etc., etc. Okay, so that's why here you can see machine learning is a subset of artificial intelligence where the algorithm learns from the data. Okay, so the way, as I said, the human beings learns from the experience, skills, through their teachers, observation, etc. But in case of the machine, how the machine learns? The machine learns from the various kind of data. Okay, data acquired from various sectors. Okay, from the multimedia or from the social sites, etc., etc. So data can be of various types. As I said, the multimedia kind of data is one kind of data. Okay, so the main thing, as I said, how the machine learn? The machine learns from the data itself. Okay, so as I said, the artificial intelligence is nothing but the kind of non-natural intelligence. Okay, just like in case of, as you know, the human intelligence is nothing but the natural intelligence. Okay, but artificial intelligence is nothing but we feed the particular non-natural brain with the different kind of data experience, and then we we make a particular machine. Okay, and that machine when behave like the human beings, okay, when that machine take the decision like the human beings, then that particular kind of intelligence we call as artificial intelligence. Okay, so that's why here it is being mentioned machine learning is a subset of artificial intelligence where algorithm learns from the data. Okay, so as I said, the human being learns from the experience, etc., etc. For the machine, their experience is through the data only. So data is the main thing from which machine learns. Okay, and as I mentioned here, machine improve their performance over time by processing the large amount of data, identifying the patterns, making the prediction or decision without the explicit programming for every situation. And below here are some examples of machine learning are mentioned, like image recognition, language translation, recommendation system. Like there are a lot of application in the market which can easily recognize the image. Okay, now how they recognize the image? Because they are already having the historical data with that, embedded in that particular application which process it. Also in the on the online, you must have seen there are different website where or application which convert the one language to the another language. So that is also the example of machine learning. Then recommendation system, also you must have seen if you go to the any online shopping website like Amazon, Flipkart. Based on your previous browsing pattern, this website automatically shows or recommends you which product you should buy. Okay, so how this how this recommendation comes, how this language translation happens, etc., etc. So the main source for all these things is nothing but the data. Just like human beings learn from the experience, machine learns from the historical data and gives you the result. Okay, now what is the deep learning? Deep learning is a just is also the part of the machine learning. Okay, so as I said, the machine learning, suppose if you want to, what exactly the difference, that I also explain you. So as I said, the deep learning is a subset of machine learning that involve the training artificial neural networks with the multiple layers to recognize the pattern and make decision based on the large amount of data. Okay, it is inspired by the structure and functioning of the human brain, though it is a much simpler than how the human brain works. Okay, so basically deep learning is nothing but the extension of the machine learning. Okay, so main difference is what? Suppose if you want to if you want to process the limited amount of data and get the result, then there is you have the machine learning. Okay, and when you are having the simpler things to be recognized, then the machine learning can help you better. But when there are some complex patterns, are there complex things to be recognized, okay, uh, some critical patterns to be recognized, some critical decisions to be taken, and amount of data is huge, then that in that case the deep learning is comes into the picture. Okay, so mostly nowadays for the artificial intelligence also the deep learning is the core part. Okay, so if you want to train the machine, okay, and if you want to create the machine just like the human being, the machine learning and deep learning are the most important part for this. Okay, so let me explain you हिंदी this particular part की ह्यूमन लर्निंग क्या होती है कि जैसे ह्यूमन बीइंग लर्न करते हैं अपने एक्सपीरियंस से, स्किल से, अपने टीचर्स से, या किसी कोई और पर्सन आपके बारे में क्या फीडबैक देता है, ओके, आप क्या ऑब्जर्व करते हो, सो इन सब चीज़ों से ह्यूमन बीइंग लर्न करता है, ठीक है। लेकिन मशीन का ऐसा नहीं है, मशीन के पास मशीन इज मतलब इट्स नॉट अ नेचुरल थिंग, ओके, सो मशीन इज़ अ नॉन नेचुरल। तो मशीन लर्न कैसे करेगा, तो मशीन लर्न करता है डेटा से, जो भी देर आर द डिफ वेरियस algorithm, जो algorithm हम अवेलेबल है मशीन लर्निंग और डीप लर्निंग के लिए, तो उस algorithm को हम डेटा देते हैं और वो डेटा प्रोसेस करके मशीन क्या करता है, लर्न करता है, और इस उस हिसाब से डेटा के हिसाब से जो हिस्टोरिकल डेटा हम मशीन को देते हैं उस हिसाब से मशीन वर्क करता है और हमको रिजल्ट देता है, जैसे कि रिकमेंडेशन रिजल्ट एट्सेट्रा एट्सेट्रा, ठीक है। तो सिंपल है कि जैसे ह्यूमन बीइंग अपने स्किल्स और नॉलेज और एक्सपीरियंस से लर्न करता है, तो उसको हम करते हैं ह्यूमन लर्निंग, राइट। और जब मशीन लर्न करता है डेटा से, ओके, थ्रू द हिस्टोरिकल डेटा, तो उस लर्निंग को हम सिंपली कहते हैं मशीन लर्निंग, ओके। डीप लर्निंग क्या है कि जब आपको कुछ क्रिटिकल डिसीजन लेना है और लार्ज अमाउंट ऑफ डेटा प्रोसेस करना है, तो उस टाइप ऑफ लर्निंग के लिए हम क्या करते हैं, डीप लर्निंग, ओके। तो डीप लर्निंग एग्जैक्टली फंक्शन करता है हमारे ह्यूमन ब्रेन की तरह, जैसे हमारे ह्यूमन ब्रेन वर्क करता है, ओके, किसी चीज़ को देख के रिएक्ट करता है, किसी किसी चीज़ को देखते मुस्कुराता है, या अलग अलग फीलिंग्स शो करता है, उसी हिसाब से ये डीप लर्निंग जो है वर्क करता है, ओके। सो as I mentioned here, it is inspired by the structure and functioning of the human brain. The way human brain works, the deep learning is being structured in the similar way. Like in the human brain, there are different neurons, uh, biological neurons. In deep learning, there are also some artificial neurons are there. Artificial in the sense they are made with some different type kind of algorithms and some hardware parts also. Okay. So I hope you must have understood what exactly is this the machine learning, deep learning वर्सेस द ह्यूमन लर्निंग, ओके। तो ये जो सब पार्ट है मशीन लर्निंग, डीप लर्निंग, ये सब न्यूरल नेटवर्क कंसेप्ट जो है उसमें यूज़ होता है, ओके। और एट द एंड जो हमारा आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस है, दैट दैट become possible only because of this kind of all technology and the algorithms, okay। So now let's move forward. So अगर आपको इन प्रीवियस माय वीडियो आल्सो आई हैव एक्सप्लेन यू कि इन सब इन जो ये जो भी टेक्नोलॉजी उनमें रिलेशनशिप क्या है, तो आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस जो है जो मेन पार्ट है, ठीक है, उसका जो सबसेट होता है वो होता है हमारा मशीन लर्निंग, ओके। और मशीन लर्निंग का भी सबसेट होता है डीप लर्निंग, ओके। तो आई होप द कंसेप्ट इज क्लियर रिगार्डिंग द what exactly the machine learning, deep learning and the human learning, okay। Now let's move towards our core part कि what exactly why the machine learning and deep learning is becoming so popular nowadays। अभी के टाइम में ये मशीन लर्निंग डीप लर्निंग क्यों इतना पॉपुलर हुआ है, तो उसके कुछ रीजंस है, ओके। सो वन बाय वन विल go through these reasons, okay। Now if you see nowadays lot of IT companies are adopting these particular technologies, okay, machine learning and deep learning, okay। So these the reasons, various reasons why these are become popular, so nowadays there are multiple reasons, so one by one we'll see. So if you look at any business nowadays, so they have some kind of IT adoption. Means if you see any kind of business, the information technology is there. Okay, so they are using the some kind of software to manage their business. Okay, they will also having the various mobile apps. Okay, so this particular mobile application and all these softwares, if you think about the uh, just before some previous years back, so these all the things were not there. Okay, this mobile application and all this software and all these things, the modern softwares, these things were not there in the previous year, few years back. And because of that, uh, the kind of data which we are generating 10 years ago, and if you compare the kind of volume of data generating today, so definitely today the volume of data is more as compared with the few years back. Okay, so business transaction data is getting generated more now. Reason behind that is what? The modern softwares availability and the various mobile apps availability. Okay, also another reason why the volume of data is so huge nowadays as compared with the few years back. So first reason that we are discussing today is what? For becoming the deep learning and machine learning popular is what? The first reason is what? The huge amount of growth in the volume of data nowadays. So first reason behind why machine learning and deep learning becoming popular, the first reason is what? The growth in the volume of data. Nowadays the volume of data is so huge as compared with the few years back. Okay, so this volume of data is getting generated through the different mobile application, through the various softwares. Also in the social media, so many people are posting their contents, that photos, likes, dislikes on the photos. So because of the growth in the social media data, it has become possible to do many interesting things, such as Twitter sentiment analysis. So on the Twitter, multiple people's huge number of people posting their, you know, emotions, sentiments, feelings. So it has become possible to analyze all these things because data is available. Okay, so that is the another reason for a huge amount of data. Then so see, deep learning works better as compared with the machine learning if the huge volume of data is available. Okay, so deep learning works better if the volume of data is higher. So that is the principal or main reason behind neural networks, that you need to have the huge volume of data. And since the volume of data has grown up in terms of business and personal data, it makes sense to do the deep learning now. So main requirement for deep learning to give you the very good result is having the huge volume of data, and that requirement is getting satisfied today. So that is the reason deep learning has become so much popular nowadays. Okay, I hope first reason आपको समझ आया होगा. तो फर्स्ट रीज़न क्या है कि अभी जो फ्रॉम लास्ट 4-5 years द वॉल्यूम ऑफ डेटा जनरेशन जो है वो काफ़ी ज़्यादा है एज कम्पेयर विद द जो इफ़ यू सी द प्रीवियस 10 years बैक लाइक दिस. ओके, तो वॉल्यूम ऑफ डेटा ज़्यादा है, तो दैट इज़ द मेन रिक्वायरमेंट फॉर द डीप लर्निंग. कि डीप लर्निंग अगर आपको इफ़ यू नीड द good result from the deep learning, you need the huge volume of data. Okay, so that requirement is getting satisfied, and that is the main reason it is become deep learning is become so popular. Okay, next reason for becoming the deep learning so popular is what? The advancement in the hardware. Modern hardware equipments are available nowadays, and these hardware equipments are having the more processing power as compared with the hardware which were available in the earlier days. Okay, so some examples I have mentioned here. Back in the 2003, my laptop had only the 500 MB of RAM, so 500 or even less than that, and it used to take hours to run my deep learning jobs. Okay, so deep learning jobs जो हम एनालिसिस जो प्रोसेसिंग होती है, तो वो प्रोसेस करने के लिए जो रैम थी इन 2003 इट वाज जस्ट अराउंड 500 MB. Nowadays same job we can run on the computer within seconds. So computer hardware has become advanced, because now we are having the RAM of in the GBs, okay, in the TBs. Understood? So RAM capacity has improved, and that's why the processing power is improved, so the time required to process the job also become less. Also we have come up with the specialized hardware such as GPU, TPU, like graphical processing unit, TensorFlow processing unit, etc. So when we talk about the GPU, of course the name that comes into our mind, the company which manufacture this is the NVIDIA. Okay, so GPUs are the awesome when you want to run the computation in parallel, and deep learning is perfect for that. Okay, so you can run your deep learning job on the NVIDIA graphical processing unit. So GPU and TPU is a TensorFlow. GPU is GPU is also the TPU, TensorFlow processing unit. So GPU stand for the graphical processing unit, and TPU stand for the TensorFlow processing unit. Both are the TPU is just because it is being related with the what we can say, the Google. Okay, so like there is a TensorFlow, there is a PyTorch also from the feedback. Facebook. Okay, so these processors are available nowadays with the great capacity like GPU and TPUs, and because of that the processing has become so fast. So that is the second reason for deep learning to become popular and giving you the result within a very short period of time. Okay, so here something about the TPU is mentioned. It is something that Google has started building recently, means who has built this TPU processing unit by the Google, and there also you can learn the deep learning job so much easily. Okay, so all these GPUs and TPUs and computer hardware advancement are making it possible for normal people like you and me, where we can run our jobs either locally on computer or in the cloud. Okay, so within a less cost these hardwares are available, and we can process the huge volume of data as your deep learning job very easily, and within a short amount of time you can get the great results. So this is the second reason that is related with the hardware. The third important reason is what? The Python and open source ecosystem. Okay, now if you want to do the analysis of data, if you want to do process the data, nowadays the language which is requirement for doing all these things is available, and that is the Python. Okay, so this is probably the most important reason uh, behind why the deep learning become so popular. Okay, so previously when I was doing the deep learning back in the 2003, the language Python was not available. Okay, so nowadays it is a C language. Now in that days in 2003 it was a C language. Okay, and writing the deep learning functionality algorithms and programs, it is very hard by using the C language. Okay, so if you want to use the C language perfectly, you need to be a software engineer. But nowadays the Python language is available, and it is not as hard as C language. Okay, Python is very simple programming language to learn. Even the students who is fifth grade can learn the Python. Okay, so nowadays what is happening, many mathematicians as well as the statistics background peoples, they don't know the C language, but they can learn the Python in few days, and they can write the deep learning programs. Okay, so this was not possible using the C language, Java language, etc. So these are the programming language which are hard to learn, C and Java. Okay, and so using this language and building the deep learning programs and then processing data and all these things were not so easy in few years back. But nowadays Python language is available, and Python is very easy to understand, and making it possible for all the peoples who wish to learn the deep learning processing, all these things. So easily anybody can learn this language, and those who are having some knowledge of maths and statistics, and they can start you know creating the deep learning program. So that is the third important reason, and that is related with the programming language, and that is nowadays Python is available, because of which deep learning becomes so popular. Okay, Next important reason, that is the availability of framework. So framework is nothing but the some ready-made programming code which is already developed by some companies or industries. So nowadays there are the two important frameworks like PyTorch and TensorFlows are available. Okay, so PyTorch is manufactured by the Facebook and TensorFlow by the Google. Okay, so these frameworks developed by different company like Facebook and Google are available nowadays for free of cost. So these frameworks are something that you can install in your computer for free, and then you can start writing the program which makes the use of neural networks. Okay, so if you want to build the neural networks, okay, which consist of your various deep learning and machine learning algorithms, then these things are being made easy by these frameworks. Which frameworks? The frameworks like PyTorch and the TensorFlow. Okay, so that is the fourth important reason why the deep learning becomes so popular. The fourth reason is what? Easy availability of framework like PyTorch and the TensorFlow. So this framework generally helps you to train the neural networks. Okay, if you want your neural network to be perform better, then the first step important is what? Your neural network should be trained very well, and now training of this neural network becomes very easy because of availability of this PyTorch and the TensorFlow frameworks. Okay, so this is the fourth reason. Then next important reason why the deep learning and machine learning become popular. Okay, so the reason behind that, main reason is the environment of the cloud. Okay, so nowadays if you don't have the GPU TPU at your home, okay, and you can't you can if you don't have that much amount of money to buy these all these things, so you can take all these GPU and TPU processing units on rent. Okay, because these things are available on the server on the internet, from where you can rent it and you can use it. So here I have mentioned, nowadays if you don't have a GPU or TPU, you can rent a server on the cloud and you can run deep learning jobs on the cloud. So you don't need to invest in the hardware. There is no need to purchase these processing units physically from the market and bring it to the home and do all these kind of setups and all this. Nothing is required, because nowadays everything is available on the cloud system, internet system. From here you can easily use this by just paying the rent. Okay, so because if you buy less GPU TPU or heavy computers, you might have to spend a lot of money. Okay, but nowadays if you want to play with it, if you want to develop the deep learning jobs, you just need to rent a computer on the cloud. Okay, and you can run it there. So the entry barrier overall is becoming less and less. Okay, entry barrier in the sense, the things which you require to start building the deep learning jobs is no more costly now. You have to just rent the things from cloud and start using. Okay, so both in terms of cost as well as in terms of learning curves, the things are become easier. And nowadays we are living in the artificial intelligence environments, where every company, every business want to do the artificial intelligence and AI. Okay, so Google announced that they are going from mobile first to the AI first approach, and every big companies are now following their footsteps. So as already we have discussed the part of the artificial intelligence, the benefits already we have discussed. The artificial intelligence helps you to complete the task within a very less amount of time and with more what we can say, the accuracy. Okay, so if you are not in the machine learning or AI, you are not aware, you are kind of running behind. So everybody should know about all this modern technology. So that is what the majority of business executives, they want to invest money into the artificial intelligence and the machine learning, and that further accelerate the growth of the deep learning. Okay, as already I have explained the relationship between the artificial intelligence, machine learning, deep learning. So these are the some of the important reasons why deep learning is taking off and why it is becoming so popular nowadays. Okay, so some of the important reasons just I want to recap. Like, first important reason is availability of huge amount of data. Second is the modern hardwares are available in the less cost. Third is the Python language, which is used to process your deep learning jobs, and it is easy to learn the Python, so anybody can learn and start building the deep learning jobs. Another reason is availability of frameworks without any cost, okay, like PyTorch and the TensorFlow, using which you can train your neural networks. And other reason is what, you don't need to buy the computer or GPU or TPU physically from market and bring it to home and start using it. These are everything available on the cloud. You have to just rent it. आप किराए पे ये सब चीज़ें ले सकते हैं क्लाउड से, कि आप किराए पे कंप्यूटर ले सकते हैं। आपको फिजिकली मार्केट्स जाके वो सब चीज़ें घर में लाने की ज़रूरत नहीं है। आप ये सब चीज़ें क्लाउड से रेंट पे ले सकते हैं और आप इसको यूज़ करना स्टार्ट कर सकते हैं। तो इसका फ़ायदा क्या हुआ कि आपको घर में ला के उसको सेटअप करना, इस सभी चीज़ों की कुछ भी ज़रूरत नहीं है, ठीक है। तो because of all these things, the deep learning becoming so popular. Okay, so I hope all of you have understood what exactly is this deep learning, machine learning, and main thing why it is becoming so popular. Okay, so thanks for watching. So if you have understood, just like my video and subscribe channel and also share it to your friends. Okay, thanks all of you. Let's see in the next video.